What would you do with an extra $1,900 a month? Live the dream of being able to put my bills on autopay and not have to worry about what I really don't need this week from the grocery store. Build a safety net. I doubt I would go on a major spending spree but would relax a lot more. I would definitely stop always volunteering to work overtime to make ends meet. Move into my own apartment without roommates. Retirement fund. I can already live with what I have. Another $22,800 today put away for an extended period of time means you'll get to live part of your life not working. Fucking live, for one. That would be a game changer. Edit thank you for the gold. Waste it on heat, lights, food, etc. $1,900 a month is everything I need tbh. In my country salaries are like from $350 to $600 average. Pay my debt, move out and get an electric bike. Savings, savings, savings. Bank it. Pay off debts and look for a bigger space for my mom and I. She's not in the best of health anymore and I want to make her as comfortable as possible. Breathe easier. Pay my bills. $1,900 between mortgage, power, and utilities would cover everything and there'd even be enough to save a little. Wouldn't be glam, but wouldn't lose the house either. First, pay off my debt. Then, I would take a much-needed solo vacation to wherever. After that, save so it makes me more money. Live instead of just surviving. Live my life. Something I can't really do presently. Buy an airline ticket to go see my dad. I haven't seen him in 5 years. He's 78 years old now. I would buy things I need without feeling guilt for straining the already tight budget. I would replace worn-out items before they have been mended so many times they can't be fixed anymore. I would buy clothes that fit and make me feel good instead of whichever is cheapest. I could do so much to better my everyday life. I'd love to shelter abandoned pets. With $1,900 extra a month I could give it a shot. Use it to research why such an odd amount was chosen. 2 chicks at the same time. Pay off my credit card, car, and college tuition, then buy a new house. It's wild how what for some people is pocket change, for others could legit change their lives. Throw it in a retirement fund. Feel content that I don't have to worry so much about finances. Save. I'm 16, that would add up very nicely later in life. Get a used car, pay off debt, put some in savings, start a vacation savings fund. More avocado toasts. That would cover my mortgage and I could afford food. Be able to afford groceries. Is it just me, or is this thread so sad? We all deserve to be able to afford basic things like food, shelter, water, etc. Invest it. Grocery shop regularly. Act like I don't get it and put it directly into savings every month, until I could put a down payment on a house anyway. I would give some to my youngest sister, but never so much that she'd have to claim it on her taxes. She's a single mother of 3 and she can't afford to do anything nice for herself. Every spare cent goes toward her children and car maintenance. She lives in the shitty town we grew up in, and she's got an anxiety disorder. She doesn't just take care of her kids, she also takes care of just about everyone around her. She's acknowledged that she probably shouldn't, but she's like me. She can't stand the thought of anyone struggling. Finally, buy a Starbucks and avocado toast. I'd afford to be able to live instead of to survive. Get all my teeth implanted. In a couple of years get to eat a big juicy steak. Rent a nice studio apartment. New apartment for sure. An extra $1,900 mo would allow me to afford the type of apartment that I want to live in the type of area that I'd like to be in. $600 to savings. $600 into a separate account for down payment on a much-needed family vehicle. $500 to retirement. $200 extra money for family to have to do more activities or towards vacations. Gonna manifest this. I will be able to get at least $1,900 a month of extra income and use autopay from now on. Pay my rent and buy groceries so I don't have to steal food. Start racing in 24 hours of lemons. I'll have $1,900 to live off of. Put aside $1,000 and use the $900 to pay for everyday things. It would help me out so much. Stress a little less. $1,875 per month would max out a 401k in 2023. So that plus a couple sandwiches. I have bad health issues, so I'd take care of myself better. I'm not unable to do that now, but I have to restrict a lot of things in order to do that. Pay off my crippling and ever-increasing personal and government-subsidized debts. I'd be able to pay rent, which is late. My car payment, which is late 2 months late, so the bank will just withdraw the payment whenever I have a balance greater than the minimum payment amount. And buy my kids some clothes that fit them. I currently make enough to cover all of my expenses, but only minimum payments on debt. I'd make larger payments and actually be able to save money and travel more. Maybe in 5 years I'd be able to buy a house. This would literally solve all my problems. Take my folks out to eat at a really nice dinner. Bill's white frowning face hash. Buy groceries and not have a panic attack every month when there's the days I can't eat. Travel a lot more. I'd be able to actually breathe without worrying about my expenses. Apply it to our debt. Well, it would still take quite a few years to finish paying off my mortgage if I put all of it into that, but that's what I do with it. Splurging on luxuries is for the young. What do I have to for this extra $1,900? But stuff? 'Cause then it's like a twofer. Dentist. I need that amount for a year though, please. I'd be jumping for joy and definitely start being more financially stable. Well, being that's over half of my current salary, I'd save for a couple years for a good down payment on a small plot of land where I can build a very small cottage. I'm 46, it's always been my dream to own a home. Give it to homeless people. I don't need the money. I wouldn't have to count every cent and scrimp for groceries every week. Pay off our van and house quicker. Buy something like Xbox Game Pass, because I have 5 kids, I work too much and we only have like 4 games for the PS4. Eat better food. You should only invest in your personal longevity. Either put it in my savings or invest it. An extra $22,800 a year can help me out in the future if anything ever happens. Save it, move it to my retirement fund. Struggle to survive on my own instead of struggling to survive with roommates. Give it to my stepmom so she could continue on her expensive medication to be able to not dread the next day. Take $22,800 less out of my retirement accounts each year. Take $1,500 and apply it to my debts, and the remaining $400 I'd probably pay for an experience or 2 for my boys to enjoy. Start taking all my teeth out and get dentures. I'm 31 and I have so many broken off teeth and chipped and broken ones where they all gotta go because of decay. Sometimes I'll get an abscess and it's the worst possibly pain imaginable. I'm so stuck in this terrible situation of living life in pain and not having the money to help myself. I've lost jobs due to tooth pain and $1,900 a month. I could have all my teeth pulled and have the dentures in 6 months, and my nightmare of living with this broken painful smile could be over with once and for all. New apartment for sure. An extra $1,900 mo would allow me to afford the type of apartment that I want to live in the type of area that I'd like to be in. I'll have $1,900 to live